Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. So today, I gotta be honest, I did not plan this. sorry, okay, wait. Today, I am going to be filming my first ever 24-hour readathon on a whim, okay? Let me just sit you down. I'll give you the tea. So, hi Moch, how are you? I woke up today at 10 a.m. It's a Thursday, but my client canceled on me, the one client that I had today. So I was like, okay, immediately turning off the alarm, immediately going to bed. Woke up at 10 a.m. and I was like, literally, I don't think I have anything to do today. I had to run some errands today that I thought I was gonna do, but I ended up getting them done earlier in the week. I thought I was gonna do laundry today, but then Cameron ended up doing laundry. Like, I just have a free open day. So I was sitting there and I'm like, I wanna read. I'm on my period.
I'm so sorry, I know. I always tell you when I'm on my period and it's gross, but whatever.
I wanna read. That's what I wanna do when I'm on my period, is I just wanna sit around and read and drink wine. So I was thinking, like, I don't think I have anything that I need to wake up for tomorrow. What if I just did my first ever 24-hour readathon? And I just, like, stayed up all night and read books. That sounds so fun. And it's also spring fling-a-ween right now. And I was, like, wanting to read 1,000,001 books for it, but obviously it's like 3 days long, right? So I want to try to read as much as my spring fling-a-wing, my spring fling-a-ween TBR as I possibly can in this video. I don't know, I have a very loose TBR. We probably are not gonna finish all these books, but all that to say, it is 11:55. Can you see that? Can you see my watch? Also, don't mind the tape. My watch broke. Luckily, I have a warranty. But it is about noon on Thursday, and we are just going to be straight up reading until noon tomorrow on Friday. I'm gonna try to stay up all night. I might need a few hours of sleep. But I'm gonna try to limit my sleep and just like burn through all of these books that I want to read. I'll show you my stack. These are all of the books that I had on my spring fling-a-winging TBR. As you can see, they all have like a little theme to them.
Oh my God, wait, thumbnail, hold up, thumbnail.
They all have like a pink and yellow, orange theme, because that's one of the prompts, is to read a book with that on the cover. Another prompt is to read a backlist thriller. I have a couple of those in this stack. The final prompt is to like do something fallish in the spring. And I don't really have any ideas for what I want to do for that, but this is not a strict readathon. I can literally count anything. So I will go ahead and tell you about the books that I want to read in these 24 hours. I feel like I have to rush because I'm like, I want to read. I don't want to be telling y'all. I can't even waste a minute going over this TBR.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. The anxiety needs to subside. Regulate. Okay.
The first book that I only have about 80 pages left in, I'm pretty good chunk of the way through, is I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't, by Brené Brown. This is one of my favorite nonfiction authors. She is a psychologist and shame researcher who went to University of Texas at Austin, which is where I graduated, and she's a therapist. Obviously, I'm a therapist as well. And Brené Brown does a lot of research on women's issues that have to do with like shame and vulnerability and bravery and things like that. So it's just a very empowering book, but it's also very like informative, not only for me as a person, but for me to use in my practice. So I have my little highlighter in here. I've been reading. I'm gonna get through these last 80 pages. That's the first thing we're gonna knock off the list. I also have A Ladder to the Sky by John Boyne, which was sent to me by Dawn. Thank you so much, Dawn. And I super trust her recommendations. This book sounds like it's going to be The Plot, which that was super popular on BookTube a couple months ago, but on a bigger scale, if you know what I mean. Like, it's about this guy who is like charming, charismatic, hungry for fame, but he doesn't have any talent. So he starts to leech off other people and like steal other people's stories. and it seems like it's the plot meets Catch Me If You Can, and I just got the audiobook checked out from the library, and my favorite way to read books is to read along with the audio, be able to switch between audio and physically reading, so I'm super excited to get to that. I also just got my audio hold in for The Club by Ellery Lloyd, and I know this is getting very mixed reviews, but it's a Reese's Book Club pick. It's a thriller. I bought it, so I'm definitely going to still read it, and the audio again will be so nice. I am spoiled now with my library. I always want the audio for whatever I'm reading. And then I also have Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, and I know this is getting like all the hype in the whole wide world, and people say it's like the best book ever. I want to like this book. I really am going to force myself to like it, but we all know I do not like following the perspective of male characters. I cannot put myself in the story. I do not relate to men. I do not like the things that men do. I do not like hearing a man's perspective. So knowing that this is a story about two men avenging their two sons, it's just like, it's giving too much male energy. And I can't relate to it. I just can't. I can't get into it.
I'm sorry, Boba just jumped. Sorry, got on my HRH collection vibes for a moment. I'm sorry, girl.
I'm worried about it, but I'm gonna give it a chance. And my last one, I'm not gonna be pressed if I don't make it to this book because it's gotten really bad reviews. But it is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins, aka the Vagina Book. I was on a live show with the Sugar and Spice Book Club. Love all those girls. And they were like, oh, have you read the Vagina Thriller?
And I was like, no, I don't recall.
And they were like, you know, Reckless Girls, like the Vagina Thriller? And I was like, oh.
LOL.
But this is basically a modernized And Then There Were None retelling about a group of vacationers who are led to an island and get picked off one by one. Boom. That's the TBR. I do need to, before I actually start reading, I need to make breakfast and edit my TBR. My TBR does need to go up in the next couple days. I'm sure you're going to be seeing this post TBR. So yeah, I'm going to go do that, and I'll take you along with me. Actually, maybe I'll start an audiobook while I do that. Ooh, fun. See you soon. Okay, so I'm gonna start The Club on audio because it's super short. It's like 8 hours, which means I can finish it in 4. So I can probably finish it while I'm just like going about my day, you know, starting my morning at noon. Sad, I know. But I'm gonna make my breakfast, and I wanted to show y'all. Can you still see me? Of course you can. I wanted to show y'all my go-to breakfast of late, inspired by TikTok. There's a girl on TikTok, I think her name's Bria. I love her. I'm in love with her. I truly would like to make a life with her. No, I'm not kidding. If I was single, like I feel that I would date her. I am obsessed with her. And she always be showing like little Trader Joe's recipes. She just has like a very calming, wonderful, sweet energy. So I'm going to make the avocado toast that she makes, and I'll show you how to do it. Also, I just realized I am out of my fucking blueberry almond milk lavender beverage
to mix with my chai, so I just have to use regular oat milk. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to live in love under these conditions?
So basically what we're gonna do here is just pop 2 of these little Trader Joe's hash browns into the air fryer. No muss, no fuss. We're dragging the little dude to 12-ish minutes. She also makes the creamiest, dreamiest avocado mixture I've literally ever seen in my life. It is so smooth. If you've ever had the avocado toast from Restoration Hardware, like the restaurant in Restoration Hardware, it is the best avocado toast I've ever had, and this kind of tastes like it. So you take an avocado, smash it up with hot honey, love this shit.
Kill me.
Lemon juice, garlic powder. I do lemon pepper instead of regular pepper because I like it extra lemony. Himalayan salt and red pepper flakes. I'm gonna smash it up, put it on top of the hash browns, and top it with an egg. It's the best breakfast you will ever eat.
The speed things are progressing, considering the distances involved. And then the horror becomes not just what is happening, but how easy it is, numbed and jumbled and fuzzy as you are, to imagine what will happen next. The grimly dawning realization that within minutes the water will be up to your axles, up to your headlights. Then at some point, probably sooner rather than later, the engine will suck in water and choke, and the whole vehicle will grind to a halt. And all this time, the Land Rover's other occupant is screaming at you from the passenger.
Vlog. The new herbs are planted, the dishes are washing, the puzzle is put away. I'm feeling very productive. During all of those little chores, I got 25% of the way through the club. Also, it is currently 1:26. So we're an hour and a half into the 24-hour readathon, and I'm already 25% of the way through my first book. Basically, what's going on in this book is it is a rich people drama thriller, but these are not just any rich people. This is like the elite of the elite of the elite, like celebrities. And I do love rich people drama. It's one of my favorite things in thrillers, but something about like famous people, I don't know. I just like hate them. I don't care about them. I don't care about celebrities. I don't care about status. I don't care about that. It's more like seeing the rich person lifestyle, and the drama is what I like. But we're basically following all these celebrities who belong to this club where you can get a membership and you can stay at all of their like exclusive resorts, basically, are all around the world. So they have like Paris house, Venice house, Santa Monica house, blah, 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 blah. And the newest home for the club is on this island. They literally bought an island. It has like an underwater restaurant, all this crazy stuff. But on their opening weekend, somebody died. And we're trying to figure out who it is, how it happened, who killed them, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is I don't really care. I'm more like just being entertained by hearing about the cool things they have at this club rather than actually caring about the mystery. Like for me right now, it's just like a voyeuristic thing. However, I do like that we get multiple perspectives. We have the perspective of the brother of the guy who owns the club, like all the different homes, his like basically right-hand woman, his personal assistant, and the like head of housekeeping slash nannying services. And I really like that we get kind of, you know, a break from just like being inside a celebrity's head. So I do like that we have that perspective of the like housekeeper girl, because I'm like, okay, you're not crazy, you're normal, kiki with me, tell me the tea on the rich people. And yeah, so that's the thing that I'm liking, but it's not great so far. I can definitely see the critiques. I will probably take a break from this book, edit my TBR, finish up my Brené Brown book, give you a review on that, and then pick this one back up. So I will see you when I see you. Hi vlog. I'm here with Mochi, who is dozing beside me, and Boba is down here as well. We are just like cuties on the couch. I know, so cute. So it is 3:30. It's been 2 hours since my last update. I edited and uploaded my TBR. So excited for that to go up. I also finished my Brené Brown book, and if I rated nonfiction, I would give this 5 stars. I love reading about psychology research. There's definitely a lot of interesting stuff in here. I would say if you struggle with perfectionism, fear of vulnerability, shame, anything in that kind of world, especially around women's issues. Like, she talks a lot about motherhood, caregiving, infertility, body image, da 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 da. This is practical research. This is not just like a self-help book for those kind of things. This is a real life social worker, therapist, PhD woman who is telling you how she approaches shame and what she's learned about shame in her research. So I would highly recommend it over like pop psychology books or self-help books or anything of that nature. This is a psychology book rec from a therapist. Please take it if you are looking for something like that instead of wasting your money on something like You Are a Badass or some, you know, just pop psychology bullshit. But yeah, that is that book. One book, check, done for the readathon that I made up in my head today. Good for me. I'm now about to jump back into the club and probably try to read to the 50% mark physically, just to see if I click more reading only physically without the audio. Maybe it's the audio narrators that are taking me out of it. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get into it. Hi vlog. I took my hair out of my ponytail and now I have like, you know, the flat. When you pull your hair up in a ponytail, you just get like the flat and all the rest of my hair is wavy.
It's fine. I'm just gonna ignore it.
I am a little over halfway through the club at this point. I am 170 pages in out of 300, so should be able to finish this up soon. At this point, I'm powering through. I am trying not to DNF. Honestly, if this was not like started in a vlog, I would totally DNF this book. It is so boring. It is just so boring. Like, the way that things are explained, first of all, is like very long-winded, but it's also like, I don't care. Like, if you're gonna explain like very weird, uncomfortable, like relationship dynamics, that's something I want to be explained in depth. You know, I would want to read that. But you're talking about a freaking table, like an antique table. I literally don't care. I do not care about it at all. And it's like, I love books that talk about like opulence and this opulent lifestyle. But this is kind of like the same issue that I had with Crazy Rich Asians, is it's like, mention a really nice bottle of whiskey. Don't go on for 3 paragraphs about a nice bottle of whiskey. There's a difference, to me at least. And there's also a lot of info dumping. It's just like info dumping about the history of this company, info dumping about just like weird things in this fake world with fake celebrities. I don't care. I literally don't care. I feel like if this was a story about like people, I would care, but it doesn't feel like it's a story about people. It feels like it's a story about like, I don't know, just like gross wealth. I don't know. I don't like it. It's not entertaining in the way that most rich people drama books are entertaining.
I don't like it, like, at all.
Also, some of this is just like laughable to me because they're trying to get you to like feel bad for these celebrities. It's like,
oh, imagine like not being able to go to Target because people would like take pictures of you.
If I have millions of dollars, sign me up for that life right now. I don't have sympathy for that, not at all. Everything in your life is made simple and easy because of the privilege of wealth and status and being able to literally just get whatever you want at the snap of your fingers. Like, I do not fucking care that it's hard for you to go pick up your prescriptions. Like, give me a fucking break, you know what I mean? I just don't have any empathy for these characters. A couple twists have happened that are shocking, and it's like, I read them and I'm like,
whoa, shocking.
But it doesn't really hit for me because I don't care about the people that it's happening to. I don't know. I think I'm going to switch to the audio and just speed through it so I can give y'all a full review, see if maybe there are some more twists in store while I walk the dogs and cook dinner before my sprints. That's the plan. Here with Mochi again. I have been cooking, as you saw. I also went to go pick up some packages and I got a little bit more ready since I was so just like all day. I got a little bit ready for sprints tonight, so I look a bit presentable. But I just made it to the 90% mark of the club. And I actually have to say, it is very surprising. It is very twisty, but the twists are like on a lag because it takes me a little bit to catch up and figure out who they're talking about and what's going on. I feel like because the perspective switches so often and so often in the middle of a chapter, it's just like so confusing. I'm constantly questioning like, wait, who is this? Who are we in the perspective of? There's no distinctive voice for each character whatsoever. It is so difficult to figure out what's going on. But once you actually do, it's like really twisty, really unexpected, really interesting. So honestly, I just wish this book would have been written better at this point. But it is 6:45. We have 15 minutes until sprints. I'm gonna save this first chunk to read during the first sprint. I will give you my full review. And then I think I'm gonna start Razor Blade Tears during sprints, since that's one that a lot of people have requested that I read. A lot of people enjoyed this one. Excited for it. Hi vlog, it is much later. It is 7:58, almost 8 o'clock. We are 8 hours into the 24-hour readathon, which means we are a third of the way in. Wow, I did quick math for being on my third glass, but I ended up finishing the club during our first sprint. I have to give it 2 stars. Even though I honestly really loved the ending, I really loved the way that it wrapped up. I thought it was interesting. This book is not well written and so shallow in the character development and the way that I cared about the story that I just cannot give it more than a 2-star. But both of those 2 stars are all the way for the plot. I thought it was an intriguing and well-constructed plot. Everything else really fell apart for me. So unfortunately, we're starting off this video where I guess we had a 5-star first, but I didn't start that in the vlog. So, you know, this is our first like official book of the vlog. It's a 2-star. But we are going into Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby next. This is following two dads as they try to figure out what happened to their sons. And their sons were both gay and in a relationship together. I'm not sure if the dads knew that they were in a relationship, but apparently those like things about sexuality are gonna be talked about. And I think one guy is white and one guy is black. So race stuff is gonna be talked about. Now, just hearing that, I'm like, this has the potential to be a favorite because I love a thriller that is not just like, blah, 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 blah. It has something to say. So if this has something good to say, I'm willing to hear it, even though it's from the perspective of men and it's gonna be hard for me to put myself into the story. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Vlog, it is, let's see, it is 10:37 if you can see that. Sprints are over with, but I just got to the 25% mark of Razor Blade Tears and I am absolutely loving it. It is so good. The action starts like right away. It is seriously like a movie. It is so fast paced. I'm so invested in these characters. Like the way that these dads just want to make up for not having the best relationships with their sons when they were alive and like avenge them now that they're gone is just like heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, and oh my god, I am loving it so much. That's my update. I'm so glad I decided to pick up this book. Okay, when I get to the 50% mark, I will try to remember to update you. Also, now that it's getting into the night hours, it's gonna be a struggle to stay awake, but I'm gonna try to do it for a full 24 hours. We're gonna be reading. Are you gonna stay up with me? Yeah. Are you gonna stay awake with me? Hello, vlog. I am so tired. I am exhausted. It is 1:20 in the morning. I'm at the halfway point of Razor Blade Tears. It's so good, so intense. I just want to know what happens, but I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm gonna take like a 30-minute power nap and wake up in time to hop onto some more sprints with McKay, and we're just gonna kiki. Hopefully I can stay awake for a little bit longer if I'm on there. But I'm loving this book. I can't believe I'm already halfway through. Time for a nap. Hey. I am so tired. It is 5 in the morning. I just got done sprinting with McKay and it was literally the most fun I've ever had streaming. We talked for 3 hours and we sprinted for 30 minutes. So I did not make a lot of progress in my book. I'm still really enjoying it, but oh my gosh, that was just so fun. This is what I love about BookTube. I love connecting with people across the freaking world. Like our time zones are literally opposite. Like when I'm in the AM, he's in the PM. I am in America, the United States of her, and he is in Asia. And we're literally besties. We're literally friends. Like this is a real life friendship and we're connecting across this platform. Like why do I want to cry? I love this. I love this. I just had such a good time. And honestly, I was so worried about like falling asleep and getting drowsy, but having just a human connection that's real feels so energizing. I love authentic interactions with human beings. That is so hard for me. Also, I had to private that stream that we just did because I got into some things and I did not want them to be on the internet. I like was really getting real about like BookTube and how I feel about it, and it's like obviously I love it. I obviously would not be doing this unless I love it. Like this is fully a hobby for me. So if it's not for enjoyment, it's for nothing, you know what I mean? But it is, you know, hard to deal with friendships. Like I don't know, it's so hard to tell if somebody is like actually genuinely being your friend, and it's like really confusing to like have these interactions on like YouTube comments where it's like, love you bestie, and like have people like tag you in their Instagram story and like all your Instagram posts, and then like they're dry in the DMs, or like they act rude to you, or they talk down to you, or they talk shit about you to other creators. It's just like, it's so confusing to know what connections on social media are real and what is just like content, or like people blowing smoke up your ass, or just like making connections in the community. Like I'm only here for the real connections. So it's just so refreshing to have that live with somebody who is so amazing. And if you're not subscribed to McKay, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Go subscribe. He's literally the best. But yeah, about Razorblade Tears, I am still really, really enjoying it. My only qualm, literally, this is being super picky, but like the only thing I find that I am being like kind of taken out of the story by is there are so many like fighting action scenes. It literally feels like a Quentin Tarantino movie. And I love that. I love the action. I love the fast pace. I love the high stakes. But when there's like a fight sequence or like a gunfight or like a knife stabbing situation, it's very hard for me to picture the imagery, like the fast paced fighting sequence in my head. It just kind of all goes blah, 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 blah. Like it's like, okay, he punched him and he kicked him and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, reading, not really processing, just reading. And then at the end, it's like, okay, this guy got away. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get it. I get the point of that fight sequence, but I did not compute, if you know what I mean. But those are not obviously the whole book. And I am really more connected to the emotions of this book than the actual action, which surprised me. Again, I did not know how I was going to feel about all these male characters. This is definitely a very like masculine, testosterone driven story. I would recommend this for all types of people. Like, I feel like anybody can get a fresh perspective reading this book. I feel like this will give any person who reads it an empathetic perspective on somebody who is different from them, which I love. Like, that is just what I love. I love when, y'all know, a thriller has something to say, and this definitely has something to say. So I think I'm about like 65 to 70% of the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up, and I will give you an update. Hopefully the sun will be up by the time I'm giving my update. Maybe we can watch the sunrise together. Wow, how romantic. Hello, vlog. The sun is finally up. It is 7:15. I made it through the night. I finished Razorblade Tears, and this has to be a 5-star, like the easiest 5-star I've ever given, at least in the recent past. Is that a phrase?
I'm so tired.
But this book was so good. Tears just started leaking out of my eyes towards the end. It was so powerful, so moving. I literally don't have one complaint about this book. It was so good. Like, there's nothing else to say. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for when I say I want a crazy, action-packed, twisty thriller that also has something to say, like has a message. And I took pictures of so many paragraphs in this book because the way that it talked about racism and homophobia and just like self-improvement and holding each other accountable was so great. Like, it approached these topics in a way that promoted accountability without shame and blame and all of those things. And I just thought it was beautiful. And also like super fast-paced and exciting. This is one of the most fast-paced books I've ever read. It was so good. Dude, what are you doing back there? Okay, yeah, Mochi's just as tired as I am, so. 5 stars, so happy that I finally picked this one up and that it worked for me. It is truly worth the hype. If you're considering picking this up, totally do it. I feel like this book is for everyone. The next thing on the docket is I need to shower. I feel disgusting after being up for an entire night. I need to shower, do my skincare, wash my hair, just feel like a fresh human being, and take the dogs on a little WALK. I can't say it out loud or they're gonna start freaking out. And then maybe we'll see about starting my next book. Actually, I could, while I'm showering and walking and blah, 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 I do have the audio for A Ladder to the Sky, so I could start the audio. Should I just jump into another book? I mean, why not? I have 5 hours left. I think the audiobook for this is like 9 or 10 hours or something like that. So conceivably, I could finish this book as well. Probably won't get to this one, but it's super cloudy today and I do want to try to save this for a sunny day since it's like vacation vibes. I want to read it by the pool. So I'll save that one for the vibes, and we're just going to end this 24-hour readathon vlog on A Letter to the Sky by John Boyd. Hi besties, I am feeling fresh, feeling revived. Still very tired, but making good progress on my little puzzle. It is so hard. Starry Night, so it's like all the same color, and even just doing like the outside frame is so hard, but I did make it about a third of the way through A Ladder to the Sky. And honestly, when I first started it, I cannot lie, I was skeptical because this is historical and I do not vibe at all with historical. It is so hard for me to get into, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tough it out. I'm gonna give it a chance. And I am so glad I did. Basically, we're following this older guy who was a mentor for the guy that I was talking about in the synopsis, who like used other people, and he used his mentor and actually profited off like his mentor's life story, and he had like a very traumatic, difficult life. So it's just like, this dude sucks. This dude like actually sucks, but he's getting all of this success.
Oh my God, I'm literally gonna kill these lawn people. They have been going on like this. I don't know if you can hear it, you probably can. They have been leaf blowing for over an hour. I literally had to turn up my audiobook to the highest setting because like, why is this so loud? Like, what leaves do you have to blow? It's also raining. Like, is that safe? Should you be using like mechanical things in the rain? I don't know. They probably know what they're doing, but like, what the fuck?
Okay, this is actually ridiculous. Like, they're just not gonna stop. But anyway, we're following this like very morally gray situation, and at the same time we're following the actual guy who's narrating his life story. Like, we get to hear the story that was stolen from this man, and he basically was just like growing up trying to survive in Nazi Germany, which is obviously terrifying. And he is German, but he's also like part Jewish, but his family didn't like practice.
I'm going to murder whoever's out there with a fucking leaf blower. Literally, what leaves are you blowing?
Anyway, his family did not practice Judaism, so they didn't like get flagged, but he's like in this weird situation. He's also caught in this weird situation because he is finding out that he's gay, and it's like a lot of self-discovery going on, but obviously it's the 30s. So that was like not accepted, and he fell in love with this guy who is claiming that he's straight, and he's in love with this girl, but he's like low-key flirting with him. So I'm like, and that is kind of mirroring the situation between this guy and the guy who stole the thing, the life story in the other timeline. So it's like this poor guy keeps getting like low-key strung along by these people who use him and flirt with him even though they're not in love with him, and he falls in love with them. It's just like, honestly, it's pretty sad, and it's also like shocking, and there's just a lot going on. I did not expect to like this once I found out it was a historical, but I'm liking it. I got it in this update because these fucking lawnmowers. Okay, I will let you know when I have another update. Hopefully I won't be as chaotic. I need sleep. Goodbye. What's up, y'all? I am 2/3 of the way through this book now, and it just keeps getting crazier. So part 1 was the guy stealing one story. Part 2, we saw him steal the plot for his second novel, and if that was just a novella on its own, like that would be such an easy 5-star. I definitely liked part 2 a lot better than part 1. Part 1 was like interesting and kind of sad. Part 2 was like, I was so angry. I was ready to throw hands with this man. It was so just like shocking and drama. There was so much drama. Okay, I don't know how I'm still awake at this point, but if anything's gonna keep me awake, it's this book. I'm gonna finish it and come back to you and then sleep. Hey, party people. I'm delirious. I'm barely hanging on here. I feel like such a wimp. Like this is only 24 hours, but like I feel like that's kind of a long time also, you know? Okay, final update. I did finish A Ladder to the Sky. So we finished a total of 4 books in this 24-hour readathon. I feel like that is pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and rate this one 4 stars. I thought it was gonna be a 5-star, especially at the end of part 2, but then part 3 just kept dragging and dragging and dragging. Like you literally could have cut out probably half of the last part of this book because I knew what was going on. Probably the like 2nd chapter of part 3, I knew exactly what the deal was, what was going on, how it was probably gonna end up working out. And then I just had to skim through all of this stuff that I'm like, yeah, this is what I already knew was gonna happen. Like, come on, to finally get to the end. So I couldn't rate it 5 stars, but I also didn't want to take too much off of my rating because I really did enjoy this concept. I thought it was so interesting, and I was also reading along with the audiobook for some parts, and I thought the audiobook was done really well. The voice actor was like so talented. So I recommend the audio for this one as well. But yeah, overall we had 2 5-stars, a 4-star, and a 2-star. I'm gonna call that a success. On average, that's a very good rating. So thank you guys for hanging out and being a part of my very first 24-hour readathon vlog. I don't know if this will ever happen again because I'm so exhausted, but thanks for hanging out with me. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.